بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين معلم هذه البشرية وقدوتها وحبيبها محمد ابن عبد الله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. So the topic of today's khutbah inshallah is the importance of having a good company. So as we know, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says in a hadith that Yawm al-Qiyamah, the sun will be close to us from a mile. And in the hadith, it's actually mentioned. The Sahaba, they said, radiallahu anhum, they said, Wallahi, we didn't know if it would be a mile away from us. Because a mile is also the name of the stick that they used to put kuhl on their eyes. So they said, Wallahi, we didn't know if the mile was the stick, the kuhl, to make kuhl, or it was the distance. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, people will be sweating so much, some to their knees, some to their ankles, and some will be drowning. May Allah protect us. Allahumma ameen. But in this day, as Allah Azza wa Jalla says in Surah Al-Fatiha, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, Allah is Malik Yawm al-Din. So this day there will be no escape. None of us could escape this day. But Allah, by His rahmah, He chose 7 groups of people that will be preserved. And among these 7 groups of people will be people who loved themselves or loved each other for the sake of Allah. Now imagine being protected from the worst day of our life because we had sincere and true love for our brothers. Inshallah. And as Allah Azza wa Jal says in Surah Az-Zukhruf, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الأخلاء يومئذ بعضهم لبعض عدو إلا المتقين. The akhilla, the close friends, will be enemies on Yawm al-Qiyamah, except the pious. And Allah Jalla Jalaluhu announces a good news. He says, يا عباد لا خوف عليكم اليوم ولا أنتم تحزنون. All of the people will be scared. But you, because you loved your brother in the sake of Allah, you'll not be scared. You'll not be sad. You'll be protected. And Allah says, enter my paradise. We'll celebrate you. Allahu Akbar. May Allah make us among these people. Allahumma ameen. And the ulama says that the best friendship is the one that is based and initiated in the sake of Allah. For example, if I come to the mosque and I'm looking for Allah, when I come to the mosque, I'm not coming to the mosque to find friends. I'm looking for Allah. And Allah put some righteous friends in my life to help me and be closer to Him. And wallahi, just this could change your life. And the fact of doing a'mal, of doing good things in the jama'ah with people, with our friends, the ajr, the reward is multiplied. For example, for salat, multiplied by 27 times. And these people who love themselves for the sake of Allah, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, well, in the hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says that these people will be envied. They will be envied by prophets. They'll be put into pillars of light. Such a big reward. Why? Because you loved your friend, your brother in the sake of Allah. And a good friend is someone who, when you see him, he reminds you of Allah. When you see him, he reminds you, oh, I didn't pray, so I have to pray. When you see him, he reminds you of Quran. And a good friend also, and we have to be this. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, لا يؤمن أحدكم. None of you will be a true believer حتى يحب لأخيه, until he loves for his brother, not his blood brother. His brother, his friend, what he loved for himself. So we have to have this quality. We have to want for our friends what we want for ourselves. If we're in a desert and I have a bottle of water and my friend not, I'm not going to tell him like, that's none of my business. No, half. Because I want for him what I want for me. And there's a saying that goes, "As-sahibu sahib." The friend of yours will drag you. Imma ila al-jannah, to Jannah, or to Jahannam. So that's how important it is to choose our friends wisely. And in Surah Al-Furqan, we have such a good example of this. Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا يا ويلتى ليتني لم أتخذ فلانا خليلا لقد أضلني عن الذكر بعد إذ جاءني وكان الشيطان للإنسان خذولا. So Allah Azza wa Jalla says in Surah Al-Quran, and it refers to the story of Uqba ibn Abi Mu'ayth and of Abu Jahl, one of the worst enemies of Islam. And once Abu Jahl went onto, he traveled, so he left the city. And Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayth, he used to spy on Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam during the night. And he used to go during the night and listen to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam reciting Quran. And he found it so beautiful. And it truly touched his heart. And he was crying. Just by listening to Quran, he was crying. And then when Abu Jahl came back, he told him, "Ya Abu Jahl, I heard Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam reciting Quran. And it truly touched me." And Abu Jahl asked him, he says, "Do you believe? Do you believe in what Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam says?" He says, "No." And he says, if you believe in what he says, your face is haram to mine and your tongue is haram to mine. Yani, I would never speak to you again. And that's why Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayth didn't accept Islam. And on this day, he'll be biting not only his fingers, his two hands. Allah Azza wa Jal, and wallahi, Quran is not about fiction. Allah put this story in Surah Al-Furqan because we have a lesson to learn from this. Allah Azza wa Jal didn't say, وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ عُقْبَ بِنْ أَبِي مُعَيْثٍ. No, he said, وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمِ. So it could be us. May Allah protect us. Allahumma ameen. Allah says, وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ. The zalim would be biting his two hands. يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا. Imagine yourself standing, being from the zalim. May Allah preserve us. Allahumma ameen. And seeing Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam with his ummah going towards Jannah. And you say, woe to me. يا ليتني يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا. I wish I had took the same path as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Why am I not amongst them? I'm not with them. I'm going to adab. May Allah protect us. And these people, because they choose the path of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they're going with him to Jannah. May Allah make us from them. Allahumma ameen. And then Allah says, يا ويلتى ليتني لم أتخذ فلانا خليلا. With extreme regret, you'll say, woe to me. I took this friend as a khalil, as a close friend. لقد أضلني عن الذكر بعد إذ جاءني. So it's actually Muslim people. They were exposed to the Quran, to the truth, to the religion of Allah, and they chose not they chose to follow the path of their friend who said, oh, okay, my friend told me I have to start committing sins, or I have to start smoking. I chose this path and not the path of the religion was exposed to me, and I didn't choose the Quran. I chose the bad influence that fulan wa fulan had on me. So that's how important and how wise our decision has to be when we have to choose our friends. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says in the hadith that the friend is like, the good friend is like someone who sells musk. Even if you don't buy it from him, just the fact of being with him, while he's selling, you're going to smell good. Because musk has such a... because it smells good. And he gives the example of a blacksmith. Now imagining a smoker. If someone smokes, you don't have to smoke, but you're going to smell bad. So it's the same thing. If you choose the righteous friend, only being with them will guide you towards committing good a'mal, inshallah. But if you start the wrong path and you choose to go towards bad friends that encourage you to make sins, only yani, at the beginning, maybe you're not gonna make bad sins with them, but only staying with them is gonna, yani, that's the wrong path because it's gonna lead you to do bad deeds. So inshallah billah, we shall inshallah to have good qualities, the qualities that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had with his friends, and don't forget that the one who want to be a good friend, and if you want to choose, Allahumma salli wa sallim barik ala sayyidina Muhammad sallu ala nabi. If you want to choose a good friend, he has to remind you of Allah. He has to remind you of Allah, and you have to want for him what he wants for us, what you want for you. Because that's how Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلي وسلم وبارك على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبارك الله فيكم.